Hello, it is Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. I think the first day of fall. I'm back here for Bed Talk number 131. And you're probably wondering about this hourglass behind me. And that's really the theme of my talk this morning. Was thinking the other day about change. And particularly, I was talking to a coaching client about the kind of change they need to undertake when they move from a high performing contributor to a leader, because so many people struggle with that shift. They're great at their job and they produce a lot, whatever their role is. They're just super at their job, and then they get promoted, and now they're managing people, whether it's a small group or an even larger group, and they realize they need to make some changes. And in words, what they need to do is they need to go from an outstanding doer to an outstanding leader. And somewhere in there, there's also management as well. And I'm not going to go into leader versus manager today, but trust me, there's a difference. The big question here is, how do we go from a doer to a manager leader? And the reason for the hourglass is this. I believe that shift from high performing individual contributor to a leader / manager requires that we literally turn the hourglass over. This is not a matter of tilting it a little bit. It's a matter of fundamentally turning it upside down, because that's the difference between doing and leading. And it's a difference between getting things done and leading people to get things done. And too often people don't know how to make the shift, or they think it's just a tiny little tweak of the hourglass. But I invite you to think about, what if you had to really just turn the thing completely over and in many ways start over, because that's usually what it takes. Now, you also know that sand goes gradually through that opening. It's not going to happen overnight, but momentum builds and it comes through, and gradually, while there's just a few grains of leadership and management in the bottom, it starts to accumulate. But the key is, to make that happen, you need to build the shift of leadership, and you need to build momentum to that shift. That means turning it over. That's uncomfortable for a lot of us, but I want you to take that visual away. When we go from high-performing doer to manager and leader, we're going to have to flip the hourglass upside down and show up almost completely differently, certainly with a completely different focus from doing to leading. So that's it for today. Keep taking care of yourself and everyone around you. And please, please stay connected.